the biggest advantage a lot of students have right now is you understand the medium. You are on the platforms, you actively engage with the platforms. I think a lot of times students underestimate, the level of depth of understanding of how people consume video based on their own consumption behaviors. Something I always like to encourage is whenever you are using a platform itself, go beyond your consumption and try to understand and be curious about not only how you consume, but look at the people around you, look at the people you engage with, and be curious and understand how they are consuming it, what makes them excited, what kind of content is engaging to them. We have seen the world of, and I think Ryan probably can talk a lot better about this, being in the film industry, but from a social standpoint, I think we have seen the video industry massively pivot with the introduction of TikTok. And I think a lot of what that signifies was TikTok was a birth of audiences moving from consuming videos based on people they follow and very specific curated content to wanting to be more on an explore algorithm, where an algorithm sort of shows them more of the kind of videos that they have shown a pattern of liking. So I think for a lot of students, I think the unique opportunity is, if you want to understand how video works for a brand, you can first start to understand how video works for you as your own personal brand, what kind of content you create and what makes your audience excited. I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of video creators as well. And I think a lot of them who have their own personal brand and create their own personal video can very easily translate and use those strategies and those thinking for a brand. And understand how a brand could show up in a way that not only speaks for the brand, but also allows their audience to be captivated by the message. And I think the last thing I would say is, I think a lot of times, sometimes as a brand, brands forget that most of the time audiences are on this platform to be entertained, to want to stay on and consume the content. Someone once told me, which I feel like is a great quote, that when you look at content marketing or video marketing, it's often like going on a date. If all you talk about yourself, there probably is not going to be a second date. So really understanding what your audience enjoys consuming and creating that experience where they want to keep coming back for more. And I think brands who have done that, and I think students who can understand which brands are doing that and keeping that in their back pocket, I think can be a huge asset when they start thinking about how to create videos for brands, or when they're interviewing with companies, highlighting to them what their audience should be wanting to consume from a brand like theirs.